Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be looking at clone fragrances that are cheaper and sometimes even better than designer fragrances like this. So something like this could cost you around 80 upwards to 120 bucks. Something like this could cost you $30. So Father's Day is around the corner, and I know everybody wants to get something for their parents, their dads, their loved ones. So I'm going to give you some good advice on these fragrances that I have right here in front of me that I've had for a while. So first off, let's start with one of my favorites, and that is Kotage right here. Now, I'll leave a link in the description. This is supposed to be a clone or an alternative to Reflection Man. I think it's just Reflection Man from Homage. Now, this could also be a unisex fragrance, but this fragrance, to me, the only way I could describe it is that it smells heavenly. It smells like going to church. It smells clean, like clean cotton. Floral, white florals, but in a manly way. Now, the only bad thing about this fragrance that I could say or talk about is that, as you could see here, it's cracked and this part has come out. But overall, it is a good fragrance. It is a good blind buy, but this is more of a unisex fragrance, so it splits right down the middle. For around maybe less than $30, maybe $35, you could get this, and it would be a great Father's Day present. So now let's carry on. If you want to get something that smells more manlier, something that smells more, more rugged, then I would suggest this fragrance right here. This is Ish Al Shiyuk from Latafa. This is the silver version. Now, I'm just smelling it. This really smells to me like oranges. I will leave the actual fruit or the actual notes of these fragrances right here on this side. So let me spray some. Let me see if I can get something to spray this on. But I think this is a clone or a dupe of a Paco Rabanne Million. I think it's Lucky. This just smells great. What I could say, it smells like orange, but I wouldn't say like mandarin, like lemon. It smells super good. I like it. It is a cheap fragrance, but it is more of a manlier fragrance. This is another great blind buy. I just can't get enough of it. And then something that you could get, what was this? I think this was like $30 or something like that. Yeah, it looks kind of funky, Middle Eastern kind of look, but it smells great. Another one, if you don't want to get that bottle because it looks funky, is Mandarin Sky by Armaf. This is Odyssey Sky, Mandarin Sky, yes. Pretty sure this is Armaf. Yep, right there. You can see it right there. And this one kind of smells like that one that I just showed you, but this is a clone of Scandal. So this one smells more orangey, more manlier, more robust, more, I gotta say, more well made, more well composed. Super cheap too. I mean, like, wow. Kind of want to spray this on myself right now, but it's super late. But man, you can't go wrong with this fragrance right here. And for the price, 30 bucks, you could even gift this to other parent or their fathers in your house, because it's so cheap that you could get many of them. So I think this is good for summer, but as long as you spray a little bit of it, and a good fragrance overall. Now, going back to floral fragrances, Vintage Radio. I just found out that this is a Paragon dupe or clone, but then this one is also one of those fragrances that's kind of floral in the middle, kind of vanilla, and this one leans like in between the feminine and masculine, but I would say this is fine for masculine fragrance for a man, and this one lasts a lot on skin. And if you're worried about longevity on these fragrances, I suggest that you get some sort of lotion or moisturizer that sits on the skin, and that will make this fragrances last longer. That's what I've been doing. I've been using Bath and Body Works moisturizers, and those will leave the fragrances on my skin for way longer. I'm gonna put this back here, and then we're gonna go with, this is, wow, I forgot the name, Rom Silver by Latafa. I just got this one super recent, and you could buy this. You don't have to buy it online. You could get this at Marshall's. And this one is a supposed clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. Now, this one is awesome fragrance. Again, another vanilla-ish kind of fragrance, sweet, berry-wise fragrance. It does look kind of weird with all of these things around it, but don't let that fool you. This is a great fragrance. And then for the price, this is around $16. You cannot go wrong with this for Father's Day. 100% recommend. This is one of the ones that I've been using more and more here recently. Every time I get out of the shower, I just spray this on. It does by far kind of surpasses most of the fragrances that I have here for what it is price and performance. Rom's Latafa Silver is one of those that for price, it just outdoes everything else that you see here. All right. Again, another clone fragrance that I would like to give a shout out is Givenchy clone. This is Genuine Man Giovani Reserve. This is a Givenchy Reserve Privé clone. Another great fragrance. This one is geared more towards winter. So, I mean, again, I always say that fragrances can be used at any time, but just make sure that you don't overdo the sprays. This one smells awesome. Just as the bottle kind of shows you, this thing has a darker take on an iris note. So it just smells like whiskey mixed with florals, like a drink that you could get at a bar. It just smells awesome. Again, another manly fragrance with florals. I'm starting to get into the florals more and more. So again, you can't go wrong with this in a blind buy. It does have a hint of tobacco in there. It's a little bit for what I think, but maybe I'm wrong. I just think there is a little bit of tobacco in there, but it's not bad. Another one that's kind of like in the realm of Genuine Man is Ghost Spectre. Now this one is kind of super strong. I think this one should be called Ghost Spectre Elixir. And this is a Nishani Ani clone. If you're into like vanilla or those fragrances that smell like chocolate vanilla, like this is it. This is 100% a safe blind buy. I think this is like below $50, so you could get this for a really good price. The only thing is that you might need to get it online, so you might want to get it now, so that way it ships here prior to Father's Day. This one, it reminds me of a lotion that I had back in the day, that it was a vanillic lotion, but it just smells great. It lasts long, so you don't really have to worry about it not lasting. I could assure you that this is gonna last all day for sure. If your husband or man is into leather fragrances, here's another one that you could pick up at, I think I got this at Marshall's. I don't remember if I still have the sticker on here, but this one cost around 15 bucks, and this one is as close as you could get to Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. Again, I had that amber leather. That thing just smelled like rotten blackberries. This one is the closest you could get. The only way I could describe this fragrance is if you bought a brand new car that had leather seats. This is what that smells like really, really, really great. And for the price, whew, you can't go wrong. It does last a while on the skin, and this is one of those that you might need to extend with some lotion, but it does last quite a bit. And then for my final two, now you might have noticed that I haven't really said anything about Kamra, that's already something that you could get. It's super cheap, super great fragrance. I just think that it's already been played out too much, but you can't go wrong with Kawa. This is a coffee fragrance with whiskey. Liquid Brun is a great fragrance. Smells great, but this is more, I say this is more geared towards the winter. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Smells really good. Again, all these Middle Eastern fragrances that I have here smell great. If I don't like them, I sell them, I get rid of them. The only one that I haven't really gotten rid of that I don't really, I mean I like, but it's just not my jam, is Badi Al Oud. And this reminds me of Hawas Fire. But whatever, it's here. All right, let's go over two more. Assad. So if you like manly, kind of crispier fragrance, something that smells like winter, what do you call those, pines, woody, super strong, kind of elixir vibe. If you have tried, let me see, Boss Bottled Triumph Elixir, or even Boss Bottled Elixir, Sauvage Elixir, if you're kind of getting the drift of elixirs, right? Boss Bottled Elixir. This Assad is kind of like in that realm of elixirs, and it's super cheap. The one problem with this is that it does not last long. I think in my skin, it only lasts an hour or so. Great Father's Day gift. You can't go wrong with this. Great blind buy if you're really into those manly fragrances. So if you really like smelling your man, like woody, super strong fragrances. Super cheap, around 30 or less than 30 bucks, like 25 bucks. And if you could buy these with like a female version, like the pink or the yellow, that's what my wife has. And you could get one for yourself and something for your husband, your spouse, your loved one for Father's Day. And last but not least, Hawas Ice is a great fragrance. This is one of the few clone fragrances that I have kept in this box because I don't want it to go rancid or go bad. Now, you see how much is there? It's because all of that I sprayed into one of my travel. This is what I could explain. This is like a lemon zesty lemonade drink in a fragrance. That's how I could explain that. I'm gonna spray some in my hand because I really don't care. Whew, yeah. So the original Hawas, Rasasi Hawas, is okay. I just like this one better. So just save yourself the trouble and get this one. And again, can't go wrong with this one. This is a safe blind buy, super cheap, less than 30 bucks. Now, I'm gonna give you a bonus if you stayed this far into the fragrance video for Father's Day. I'm going to give you a bonus. So I'm gonna give you two bonus. Drakkar is not a clone, but this is super cheap, and this is a throwback to late 80s, early 90s fragrances. Super great fragrance, eau de parfum. You could get this for less than 40 if you really know where to look. I got this for 40 bucks, or I think it was like less than 40 bucks. And this is a designer fragrance, which is kind of weird. Mont Blanc Explorer. This is one of those fragrances that you will want to use it with some moisturizer so that way you extend the longevity. This is a dupe clone inspiration of Aventus, or Creed Aventus. If you like that DNA, Aventus DNA, you are gonna like this. So this is one of like the second or third fragrances that I started collecting with. And I had this by next to my bed. And before I went to sleep, I would smell it because it just smells, to me, it reminds me of like Fruit Loops. And it just smells really, really great. For a man, there's like citruses in here, pineapple or bergamot, whatever they call it. And if you really like that and you want to extend that fragrance, you could get Club de Nuit Precious. Again, this one came down in price. This is like around 40 something dollars. And this one is kind of the same as Mont Blanc Explorer. The only thing is that this is a Ventus Absolu inspired. And this is an extrait de parfum, so it's a little bit more stronger. It's going to last longer. So that is what I got for you for Father's Day. And as you can see, I have them all here. And these are my fragrances. Latafa The Kingdom is a great alternative to what's called the Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. It's a great fragrance. But we're looking for stuff for things that are cheap. This one is like around 40 something dollars. So it's not that it's not cheap or that it's expensive. It's just that for this video, I mean, it's already in there. You can get it. It's great. It's a Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir alternative. I would just I would just get the original, be honest. And then if you really like Hawas eyes, you're really gonna like this. This is Invictus Aqua. This just came out. The newer bottle, it should be out with this same formulation, because I guess Raban kind of noticed that the people were trying to get their fragrances. But anyways, this one smells kind of like Hawas eyes, like the original Hawas, but I like this better than Hawas eyes. The only thing is that this is going to be a little bit more expensive. To all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. To all the mothers out there that are single mothers, wait to your turn. I'm just kidding. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel, because again, I'm not sponsored. And if you want to support the channel, please visit my affiliate links down below, my Amazon affiliate links. I get commission out of anything that gets purchased on that, and that helps me support my channel and buy more fragrances and more stuff, more of my collection stuff, so that I could talk to you guys about them and give you guys my thoughts. See you guys on the next video. Adios. Whoops.